Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's David, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Renogy Core 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. If you're into adventure travel and van life and occasionally solar, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you found it useful. It would really help in supporting the channel. For those of you who are new to solar systems and need a little help designing your system or laying it out, I've developed a simple solar guide that is perfect for beginners. It covers everything each component does. It has a cost breakdown, it has a schematic, it has a whole bunch of tips and tricks when it comes to installing your solar system. I've had a lot of really positive feedback, and on top of all that, I'll also be there to help support you when you're doing the install. So be sure to check that out in the description below. It also includes a whole bunch of discount codes to help bring down that cost of your solar system, which we all know can be super expensive. All right, let's get to the review. Renogy has come out with a new 200 amp hour battery. And what makes this battery stand out compared to all of Renogy's other batteries is you can actually do 24 volt or 48 volt system. It sounds like Renogy has come out with a new EV cell that also has a 6% increase in power. You can connect up to 4 of these batteries in series, or you can connect 8 in parallel, or you can connect up to what Renogy calls 4P4S, which will combine for a 48 volt system and 800 amp hours. This new EV grade cell that Renogy has put in this battery has a 10-year lifespan, 5,000 cycles, and is backed by a 5-year warranty. If you're comparing this to Renogy's 200 amp hour BT battery, which I also have a review for, that battery is only good for 2,000 cycles at 80% DOD. So be sure to always look at that cycles number before purchasing a battery, and you'll see how good those cells are. This lithium battery costs $900 US, but be sure to use the promo code made to travel when you go to checkout for an extra discount. There it is. It looks like they've come up with a new design, which looks really good. It looks a little heavier duty built. I know it's the same dimensions as their 200 BT model, but this definitely comes in a different case, and it is 10 pounds lighter. So that must be due to the new cells, I'm assuming. You can charge this battery at a maximum of 100 amps. You can discharge it up to 200 amps, and it actually has a surge of up to 400 amps. And this battery also includes low temperature cutoff, and you guys know I'm a big fan of that living up here in Canada. Can't have a battery that doesn't have low temp cutoff, so that is a really nice feature. I feel like the only thing that this battery is really missing is that Bluetooth module that Renogy installed in the other one, and heated batteries are always a nice feature. Of course, I wish this one did. You can operate this battery between negative 20 degrees Celsius and positive 50 degrees Celsius, but be sure not to try to charge it below 0 degrees Celsius because you can damage those lithium iron phosphate cells. Along with the battery, you get an instruction manual, of course, and then you also get some spare bolts and some of these covers. This battery does have a waterproof rating of IP65. Weighing in at only 50 pounds for a 200 amp hour battery is quite light. I'm surprised actually that Renogy is still going with the rope handles. I know I just reviewed one of the 100 amp hour, the heated model, and they actually had the handles like built in inside, which I really liked. It just makes for a more compact design, and I feel like people aren't carrying their batteries a whole lot. They're putting them in place, they're strapping them down, and then they're leaving them, and the handles can sometimes get in the way or make noise rattling around and stuff. So personally, I like the built-in handles. I do like this new design, the beveled edge going around the top. And also, one of the features that I like about this battery, along with some of the other Renogy batteries, is the fact that there is a flat face around here. So no matter which way your cables run, you don't have to worry about routing them around the battery. Let's take the cover off and see what it looks like underneath. First glance, I feel like Renogy probably could have done a much better job reducing the size of this battery because there's a lot of free space going on in here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You can tell this is a completely different type of cell system. Obviously, this is their new EV cells. They used to have the Renogy pouch cells. Obviously, this is the BMS they got on top here. There's probably like at least an inch, if not an inch and a half gap on either side. On top, like I said, like there's just a whole bunch of free space in here. So they definitely could have made this more compact, but it does look pretty well built. Everything has lock washers on them like Renogy always does. And then it looks like right here is the temperature sensor. Props to Renogy's user manual. They've definitely put a lot more effort into this one than with other batteries. You guys see what I mean when it comes to size, right? Renogy 200 amp hour battery, CanBat 200 amp hour heated lithium battery. This is like 60% of the width of this. So Renogy definitely could have done a better job on cutting down on size, I think. Length is close, but Renogy is a little bit longer too. CanBat's like half an inch higher, but yeah. It's also heavier. CanBat's heavier. This is the battery that I run all winter because it's heated. So I'm gonna be installing this and testing this out for the summer months and seeing how it performs. Just a little disclaimer for everyone who is like, you're not supposed to install your Renogy inverter charger vertically. I know that. I installed it this way to save space, and I have had 0 issues in 3 years. So I'm probably going to keep running it this way until I have issues, if I have issues, and I will let you guys know. But until then, probably just going to keep it like this because it saves me a ton of space if I were to relay out everything. With that said, I would recommend that if you're doing an install to install it horizontally, like Renogy says in their manual, of course. Just hook the battery up, positive to positive, negative to negative. Going to turn it on. Heard my inverter kick on there. Also just going to turn on my solar panels. And let's go in and see what the voltage is at. Alright guys, so we are looking at 13.3 volts, and right now I'm getting 16.5 amps from the solar panels. Obviously it says it's at 200 amp hours and 100%, but that's because I haven't reset the monitor yet. So just ignore those settings. Let's test this sucker out. I'm gonna turn on my hot water heater and see what happens. You can see there, drawing 107 amps out of the battery, drops down to 12.5 volts. So that's pretty standard when you're pulling that amount of wattage, obviously. I did complete a capacity test on this battery. On the sticker here, it says 212 amp hours, and I actually got 214 amp hours out of my battery test, so that was very impressive actually. I think this is a good battery overall for people who want to hook up 24 volt or 48 volt systems. I think it's pretty ideal. It has a great price point, but I think a couple of the things that it's lacking are features. I think Renogy could have offered, say, a heated model, a Bluetooth model. I also think they could have done a much better job at compacting the size. That's my review. If you guys have any questions or concerns, be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think about this battery. If you found this video useful, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Check out that solar guide if you need a little bit of help installing your solar system or if you're new to solar. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.